All right, let's talk about something so many of us start to wonder about as we get older. Why does it feel like our metabolism is suddenly betraying us? Well, today, we're going to break down the actual science behind why your body's engine seems to slow down. And way more importantly, we're going to talk about how you can grab the steering wheel and take back control.
So, does this scenario sound familiar to you? You're eating all the same stuff, you're sticking to your normal routine, but that number on the scale just keeps creeping up. It is so frustrating, right? But I'm here to tell you it is not just in your head. There's a very real scientific reason this happens, and we are going to unpack it all step by step.
Okay, so first things first, let's really dig into this fundamental connection between getting older and, well, the changes you might be seeing on the scale.
You know, the most important thing to get right off the bat is this. This has nothing to do with the lack of willpower. Seriously, gaining a bit of weight as you age is a genuine biological process. Your body is basically programmed to change, and just understanding that is the first huge step toward managing it.
So to really get what's going on, we've got to look under the hood, right into your body's engine room. And that, of course, is your metabolism. So what is metabolism anyway? Let's keep it simple. It's basically the process that takes all the calories from your food and drink and turns them into energy. Energy for everything your body does. Breathing, fixing cells, pumping blood, you name it. It's like this silent, non-stop powerhouse that keeps the whole operation running. Okay, get ready for this, because here's the number that really matters. Every single decade you're alive, your metabolism slows down by about 1 to 2%. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, decade after decade, oh, it adds up. It really does.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question. Why? Why does this even happen? What's the real cause behind this slowdown that feels so inevitable? Well, the science actually points to a surprisingly simple chain of events.
So let's follow that chain, shall we? The very first link, well, it's something none of us can get around. It's just the natural process of getting older.
And as we get older, our bodies just naturally start to lose a bit of muscle mass. Now that might sound like a small thing, but believe me, it is the absolute key, the most important piece of this entire puzzle.
And that right there, that's the final piece of the connection. See, muscle is what we call metabolically active tissue. It just torches calories compared to fat, even when you're just sitting on the couch doing nothing. So it makes sense, right? As you lose that muscle, your body just doesn't need as much energy to get through the day. The engine starts to idle a little bit lower. And that's it. Your metabolism slows down.
You know, this whole process is tied to a really fascinating idea called metabolic age. It's a totally different way of looking at our overall health.
So, your metabolic age comes from your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. That's just the amount of energy your body burns when you're doing absolutely nothing. The goal? You want your metabolic age to be the same as, or hey, even lower than, your actual age. If it's higher, that can be a little clue that your body isn't running as efficiently as it could be, and that's often because of lower muscle mass and just not being as active.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now it's time for the best part, the how. Because you are not just a passenger on this ride, not at all. Let's dive into 5 really powerful ways you can take the wheel and get your body's engine humming again. So here's the game plan. We're going to talk about building muscle, eating more protein, why you should talk to your doctor about hormones, steering clear of those crazy crash diets, and maybe even giving something called HIIT a try.
All right, first up, and honestly, this is the big one, build muscle. I mean, if losing muscle is what slows everything down, then fighting back against that loss is your #1 strategy. It's like Dr. Joseph St. Pierre says, using bands and weights for resistance training, it's a game changer. It can help you maintain and even boost your metabolism. Think about exercises that hit a bunch of muscles all at once. You'll get the biggest bang for your buck.
And what's the fuel you need to build all that muscle? You guessed it, protein. Dr. St. Pierre puts it perfectly. Without enough protein, you can't even hold on to the muscle you already have, let alone build any new muscle. It's literally the essential building block.
And here's a cool little bonus that comes with protein. It's called the thermic effect of food. Basically, your body uses energy just to digest what you eat. And get this, it burns way more calories breaking down protein than it does for fats or carbs. It's a nice little extra boost for your metabolism.
So where can you get all this great protein? Well, you want to focus on lean sources. We're talking chicken, fish, beans, eggs, Greek yogurt, even almonds. These are all fantastic for fueling that muscle growth without packing on a bunch of extra fat.
Okay, now here's a tip that might sound a little backward at first. Stay away from super restrictive diets. Seriously. When you slash your calories like crazy, your body basically hits the panic button. It flips into survival mode and slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. It does the exact opposite of what you want. But eating regular, balanced meals, that tells your body, hey, everything's cool, and it keeps that engine running nice and steady.
And finally, we've got 2 more really powerful tools in the toolbox, but these both need a more personal touch. First up, hormones. Hormonal shifts, especially around menopause, can have a huge impact on your metabolism. A simple chat with your doctor can help you figure out what's going on and how to manage it. And second, there's high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. It can be an amazing metabolism booster, but you have to make sure it's safe for you and your fitness level. So again, what's the best first step? A quick chat with your doctor.
Okay, so let's pull all this great information together. Let's wrap it up into a clear, simple takeaway. Your very own healthy aging plan.
Here's the bottom line. You can't stop the clock from ticking, but you have so much more control than you think. Focus on the things you can change. Make strength training a priority to build that muscle. Fuel your body with plenty of lean protein. Ditch those crazy restrictive diets that always seem to backfire. And maybe the most important thing of all, work with your doctor to come up with a plan that is made just for you. So in the end, yeah, that metabolic slowdown is a biological thing, but how you respond to it, that's a choice. Your age is really just a number. So the real question is this: are you ready to get in the driver's seat and start managing your body's engine?